A serious talk. There's Carl's there, no others, and Bert gave thanks for that. He pulled into the drive and stopped beside the pie he dropped the night before. It was still there, the aluminum pan upside down, a hollow of pumpkin filling in the pavement. It was the day after Christmas. He'd come on Christmas Day to visit his wife and children. Vera had warned him beforehand. She'd told him the score. She'd said he had to be out by 6 o'clock because a friend and his children were coming for dinner. He had sat in the living room and solemnly opened the presents Bert had brought over. They had opened his packages, while other packages wrapped in festive paper lay piled under the tree waiting for after 6 o'clock. He had watched the children open their gifts, waited while Vera undid the ribbon on hers. He saw her slip off the paper, lift the lid, take out the cashmere sweater. "It's nice," she said. "Thank you, Bert." "Try it on," his daughter said. "Put it on," his son said. Bert looked at his son, grateful for his backing him up. She did try it on. Vera went into the bedroom and came out with it on. "It's nice," she said. "It's nice on you," Bert said, and felt a well in his chest. He opened his gifts from Vera, a gift certificate at Sondheim's men's store. From his daughter, a matching comb and brush. From his son, a ballpoint pen. Vera served sodas, and they did a little talking, but mostly they looked at the tree. Then his daughter got up and began sitting at the dining table, and his son went off to his room. But Bert liked it where he was. He liked it in front of the fireplace, a glass in his hand, his house, his home. Then Vera went into the kitchen. From time to time, his daughter walked into the dining room with something for the table. Bert watched her. He watched her throw the linen napkins into the wine glasses. He watched her put a slender vase in the middle of the table. He watched her lower the flour into the vase, doing it ever so carefully. A small wax and sawdust log burned on the grate. A carton of 5 more sat ready on the hearth. He got up from the sofa and put them all in the fireplace. He watched until they flamed. Then he finished his soda and made for the patio door. On the way, he saw the pies lined up on the sideboard. He stacked them in his arms, all 6, one for every 10 times she had ever betrayed him. In the driveway in the dark, he let one fall as he fumbled with the door. The front door was permanently locked since the night his key had broken off inside it. He went around to the back. There was a rev on the patio door. He rapped on the glass. Vera was in her bathrobe. She looked out at him and frowned. She opened the door a little. Bert said, "I want to apologize to you for last night. I want to apologize to the kids too." Vera said, "They're not here." She stood in the doorway, and he stood on the patio next to the philodendron plant. He put out some lint on his sleeve. She said, "I can't take any more. You tried to burn the house down." "I did not." "You did. Everybody here was a witness." He said, "Can I come in and talk about it?" He drew the robe together at her throat and moved back inside. She said, "I have to go somewhere in an hour." He looked around. The tree blinked on and off. There was a pile of colored tissue paper and shiny boxes at one end of the sofa. A turkey carcass sat on the platter in the center of the dining room table. The leathery remains on the bed are all parsley, as if in a horrible nest. A cone of ash filled the fireplace. There were some empty Shasta cola cans in there too. A trail of smoke stains rose up the bricks to the mantel, where the wood that stopped them was scorched black. He turned around and went back to the kitchen. He said, "What time did your friend leave last night?" She said, "If you're going to start that, you can go right now." He put a chair out and sat down at the kitchen table in front of the big ashtray. He closed his eyes and opened them. He moved the curtain aside and looked out the backyard. He saw a bicycle without a front wheel standing upside down. He saw weeds growing along the redwood fence. She ran water into a saucepan. Do you remember Thanksgiving? She said. I said then that was the last holiday we were going to wreck for us, eating bacon and eggs instead of turkey at 10 o'clock at night. I know it, she said. I said I'm sorry. Sorry isn't good enough. The pilot light was out again. She was at the stove trying to get a gas going under the pan of water. Don't burn yourself, he said. Don't catch yourself on fire. He considered her robe catching fire, him jumping up from the table, throwing her down onto the floor and rolling her over and over into the living room where he would have covered her with his body. Or should he run to the bedroom for a blanket? Vera? She looked at him. Do you have anything to drink? I could use a drink this morning. There's some vodka in the freezer. When did you start keeping vodka in the freezer? Don't ask. Okay, he said. I won't ask. He got out the vodka and poured some into a cup he found on the counter. She said, Are you just going to drink it like that, out of a cup? He said, Jesus, Bud, what do you want to talk about anyway? I told you I have some place to go. I have a flute lesson at 1 o'clock. Are you still taking flute? I just said so. What is it? Tell me what's on your mind, then I have to get ready. I want to say I'm sorry, she said. You said that? He said, If you have any juice, I'll mix it with the vodka. She opened the refrigerator and moved things around. There's cranberry juice, she said. That's fine, he said. I'm going to the bathroom, she said. He drank the cup of cranberry juice and vodka. He lit a cigarette and tossed the match into the big ashtray that always sat on the kitchen table. He studied the butts in it. Some of them were Vera's brand and some of them weren't. Some even were lavender colored. He got up and dumped it all under the sink. The ashtray was not really an ashtray. It was a big dish of stoneware they'd bought from a bearded potter in the mall in Santa Clara. He rinsed it out and dried it. He put it back on the table, and then he ground out his cigarette in it. The water on the stove began to bubble just as the phone began to ring. He heard her open the bathroom door and caught him through the living room. Answer that! I'm about to get into the shower. The kitchen front was on the counter in the corner behind the roasting pan. He moved the roasting pan and picked up the receiver. Is Charlie there? The voice said. No, Bert said. Okay, the voice said. While he was seeing to the coffee, the phone rang again. Charlie? Not here, Bert said. This time he let the receiver off the hook. Vera came back into the kitchen wearing jeans and sweat and brushing her hair. He spooned the instant into the cups of hot water and then spilled some vodka into his. He carried the cups over to the table. She picked up the receiver. Listen, she said. What's this? Who's on the phone? Nobody, he said. Smokes colored cigarettes? I do. I didn't know you did that. Well, I do. She sat across from him and drank her coffee. He smoked and used the ashtray. There were things he wanted to say, grieving things, consoling things, things like that. I'm smoking 3 packs a day, Vera said. I mean, if you really want to know what goes on around here. God almighty, Bert said. Vera nodded. I didn't come over to hear that, he said. What did you come over here to hear, then? You want to hear the house burn down? Vera, he said, it's Christmas. That's why I came. It's the day after Christmas, she said. Christmas is calm and gone, she said. I don't ever want to see another one. What about me? He said. You think I look forward to holidays? The phone rang again. Bert picked it up. It's someone wanting Charlie, he said. What? Charlie, Bert said. Vera took the phone. She kept it back to him as she talked. Then she turned to him and said, I take this call in the bedroom, so would you please hang up after I pick it up in there? I can tell, so hang it up when I say. He took the receiver. She left the kitchen. He held the receiver to his ear and listened. He heard nothing. Then he heard a man clear his throat. Then he heard Vera pick up the phone, shouted, Okay, Bert, I have it now, Bert! He put down the receiver and stood looking at it. He opened a silverware drawer and pushed things around inside. He opened another drawer. He looked in the sink. He went into the dining room and got the carving knife. He held it into hot water until the grease broke and ran off. He wiped the blade on his sleeve. He moved to the phone, doubled the cord, and sawed through it without any trouble at all. He examined the ends of the cord, then he shoved the phone back into its corner behind the roasting pan. She came in, she said. The phone went dead. Did you do anything to the telephone? She looked at the phone and then picked it up from the counter. Son of a bitch! She screamed. Out where you belong! She was shaking the phone at him. That's it! I'm going to get a restraining order. That's what I'm going to get. The phone made a ding when she banged it down on the counter. I'm going next door to call the police if you don't get out of here now. He picked up the ashtray. He held it by its edge, posed with it like a man preparing to hear the discuss. Please, she said, that's our ashtray. He left through the patio door. He was not certain, but he thought he had proved something. He hoped he had made something clear. The thing was, they had to have a serious talk soon. There were things that needed talking about. Important things that had to be discussed. They'd talk again, maybe after the holidays were over and things got back to normal. He'd tell her the goddamn ashtray was a goddamn dish, for example. He stepped around the pie in the driveway and got back into his car. He started the car and put it into reverse. It was hard managing until he put the ashtray down.